Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Roadblock, and we are on the free-to-play account right now. Um, I've been streaming twice today. I streamed earlier in the afternoon, and then I'm live streaming right now while I'm recording this video. Just wanted to get you guys an update. I know I haven't released videos in 2 days straight. I told you guys I might not release a video on Saturday night, and then I failed to release one last night. We have a lot to talk about. So I kind of screwed up on the account. Um, a lot with the way that my work schedule worked out and how early I woke up and the long drive and everything that happened. I completely failed on the champion training tournament. So you'll see here. Now, I wasn't going for Nergigante, but I was going to try and get the legendary book at the very least. But I didn't even get the points. And that's a lot of points. That's a big deal for somebody that wants the Rathalos soul. I came home and I fell asleep. And when I say, I came home, I stayed up long enough to get my daughter to bed, and then I went to sleep right after her. And when I say I went to bed, I didn't go lay down on my phone for an hour or anything. My head hit the pillow and I was out, and that doesn't happen to me. I can't remember the last time I went to bed before 9 o'clock. Not even when I was in the military did I go to bed before 9 o'clock. So, kind of a big deal for me. Um, that's how tired I was. So I'm just saying that. I'm not making excuses, but I just did not have it in me. I mentioned this in my previous video, I think, but if I didn't, I had to wake up early in the morning, drive an hour to go to a meeting, a 3 hour meeting, then drive an hour to get back, and then work a 3 hour shift. So it was a very long day for me. Combine that knowing I was going to stream today at 11, which I did, which was a huge success, by the way. All of it just compiled, and I crashed. I fell. So I did make the mistake on the tournament, but we're okay. We're still moving forward. I'm very excited for tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be Clan v Clan. I'm streaming again. I had so much fun streaming today. I want to stream for you guys during Clan v Clan during the day. So I'm going to stream again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to go until 2. That's when my daughter gets home. I don't really like streaming while she's here, mostly because I have this thing behind me, right? I don't really want this up. I want to be there for my daughter. I want her to know that I'm accessible. So I don't like streaming necessarily when she's home so that she can come ask me for stuff. I'll do it occasionally, if it's a special event or something. But for the most part, I want to spend time with her, or at the very least be accessible to her. So I don't. I might do a 9 o'clock stream tomorrow. I say might because I don't know what I'm gonna do. You like that, Chuckles? Now I got a green screen. I'm next level, right? Okay. Um, sorry, somebody in the chat. It's a friend of mine. So yeah, that's what happened. Just letting you guys know. I'm not making excuses. Not looking for sympathy. I'm just letting you guys know, like, hey, I dropped the ball. Now let's look forward. A lot to talk about there too. Moving forward. I hate this summoning pool. You guys may be shocked to hear that. You may be like, what are you talking about? There's Calvalax. He's amazing. Tomb Drang is pretty good. You've got Alatrion, who's amazing. You need a cleanser roadblock. What are you talking about? And then you've got Gaius, who's a pretty good PvP damage dealer. You also have Rector Drath in there. And, oh, that's it, right? You're guaranteed to get a legendary. We've got Sinesha. I mean, as an option in there, who's a good healer, right? You've got Rector Drath, who's a great healer. You've got Sepulcher, but I don't really need Sepulcher anymore, right? This 25% chance of blocking incoming damage. I've got ally protection. Like, that's the route that I'm going. Sepulcher wouldn't make the cut in my current team. Would have been great early on, not now. Doom Priest is a real viable option that I would absolutely love to get because we get a cleanse every time she takes a turn. that can really help me on areas where I'm lacking cleansing. So can Elatrion, right? Here's my problem. They're asking 35 for a summon. That's steep. Am I going to farm the resources to pull these? Absolutely, I will. Because I can do it with RSL Helper. But outside of that, I'm not happy at the steep cost with only 4 legendaries in the mix. Now, it is a 7%, so it is technically better than a 2x Sacred. So there's that element of it. But most of the other champions in here, I'm not that excited about. Doesn't mean they're bad. Most of you would be thrilled to get a miscreated monster, right? They're just not, or a Sepulcher. They're just not champions that that I need. So this one's a little underwhelming for me. Definitely underwhelming on my main account as well, because I already have Elatrion. I kind of want to get Walking Tomb Drang for Sand Devil, because he does. I think he activates his burns. I think or something. Um, Maybe it's just that he does burn. No, no, yeah. He burns and then he'll attack and activate it. I knew he activated burns. He had to, right? So, um, I feel like he would be easier to build than my current Newt that I'm using. And I could use him specifically for Sand Devil and make up for a lot of the shortfalls that that because I need to build Newt for my whole account. I could build Walking Tomb Drang just for Sand Devil and get further in Sand Devil, because currently in Sand Devil I'm not on this account. I'm talking for my main account. Sorry. My main account, I am not at the max level, and I want to be at the max level to get the rerolls. So, okay. Uh, those are my thoughts on this event right here, but they're very generous with the rewards right now. So, the Dungeon Divers has 30. And is it 2 tournaments or 1 tournament? So, Sand Devil Turn Attack has, it looks like 30 if it loads. Yeah. So, I'd be able to get 2 pulls out of it. And then, yeah. So, I would be missing out on more of these points for the Rathalos Soul, but that hurts me short term, but it will be good for me long term. I need to do Arena on all of my accounts tonight to get these 50 points. I'm pretty close here on this account. I did a lot of Arena today. So I can run a couple more arenas tonight and knock that out. But so that's kind of where we're at. Tomorrow is a big, big day for the account. So what are we doing tomorrow? Well, first thing, we're booking people. So I've got 6 legendary books. One of them's going to Rathalos. And I guess Ignatius would be my next desirable legendary to rank up their skills. The 8 epic books, I'm probably going to book first Skull Crusher and hope that we get 1 book to land here. Once that happens, then I need to hope that I get 5 books to land here. Because we want this cooldown reduced. Now, unfortunately, we have no way of ensuring that that's going to happen. And as you can see, there's a lot of books that can go awry here. So, Taragi may not be fully booked. But Skull Crusher will be the next used ally protector, taking the place, at least... I I still don't know how I'm going to fit Taragi in, but Skull Crusher is definitely fitting in, and he's going to take the place of Ursula in my Clan Boss team because we're bringing Ally Protect and we're bringing the counterattack. Now, Taragi will also get included in there, but I originally said that he would replace my my Leech champion. I don't know if that's going to work as well as I want it to. Because so far, I did a account takeover today and did ally protection for somebody. And their roster needed healing to keep going. Now, my roster is potentially built much better, so we may not need that healing. We may just be able to do 30 turns and just crank out a bunch of damage, right? But ideally, I may need to get some additional healing into my comp. And as it stands right now, I would lack that. So I may not be able to fit Taragi in over Skull Crusher given the current plan because I would be losing that Leech. So we're going to experiment. We're going to find out. But Skull Crusher is definitely going to make the cut. So that's why Skull Crusher gets booked first. He also requires less books. And then we're going to build Skull Crusher. So that's going to spend silver, which will generate points. And we're going to master Skull Crusher, which is going to generate points too. Now, I made a big mistake going into this Clan v Clan, an absolutely devastating mistake, and I'm only just realizing I have spent all of my damn keys, so I won't be able to do a lot of points from Tag Team Arena or from Fortress keys. That's on all of my accounts. That's really unfortunate. I'm actually really upset about that, and I'm just realizing it now while I recorded the video. So, big mistake there, but I'm going to be spending a lot of resources during this Clan v Clan, doing a lot of these tournaments, doing a lot of these dungeons. So, Dragon turn attack has to happen tonight for the Blade Master points. I'm going to set it up to do 1,700 points tonight. In RSL Helper for this account, I'll spend some gems there. We do want to get those points. If I really want to get the 2-star for sure, but if I can get the 3-star, even better. So, yeah. And then obviously the PvP one I need to get completed, and that one, it's pretty doable. So, the big thing is making sure that I don't get too distracted doing my recordings today in order to get this stuff done. Also tomorrow, Perception gear we're going to be crafting. We're finally going to craft our Rathalos gear, and that's pretty much the biggest, most important gear on the account that we're going to be forging. Also forging gear on my main account. So I'll be playing all 3 accounts tomorrow, trying to generate as many points as possible. My free-to-play challenge account, feel free to take a look at that. I'm about to go record that video, and we'll talk about the shortfalls that I've got going on there. But great news is that I am fully refreshed, fully recovered, and ready to move forward on the account. We're going to be spending a lot of books. I am curious how close we are to Mikage. So I already have him, so these guys don't matter. And I will say Ashma, getting Ashma from the current event would be really good, right? The summoning pool event, if you do get Ashma, she is part of that fusion. That's good. That's a big deal. Because those epics are kind of hard to get, right? So, definite potential there. And I don't think I have Razin. Wow. Oh no, I've always been 2 away. I remember talking about this last time. I'm 2 away from Razin, guys. 2 away. Now, I don't really think Razin is going to be used on my account. However, Razin will be coming really handy for a future champion chase, for a future Clan v Clan. Ooh, okay. Depending on where my personal rewards rank is, will depend on if I need to summon those champions or not, right? This is why I recommend, if you can, try to tune into the live stream or watch the VOD of it, because we're going to be discussing this in depth. I have 2 legendary champions that I can summon during Clan v Clan. Upgrade 3 rare or epic champions to rank 5. Shit. I was counting on doing that for the tournament, and obviously I didn't. Okay. Back to what I was saying. I don't know if it would be worth it to use. I'm gonna save them. I'm gonna call it right now. So maybe, maybe it's irrelevant. The champion chase that's going to come from the next fusion. If the next fusion is really good, which I'm starting to think it might not be really good because of how good the new duo has become, and I'm super upset that I didn't pull during the guaranteed event on my main account. So, the next fusion might not be that good, but, unless I'm like personal rewards tier 5, it also depends on like tier 5. Yeah, really tier 6 is the only one where it's going to matter. I probably won't pull them, and I'll save them for a future fusion or something where I need the points, right? So that's kind of the game plan moving forward. But I did a clan boss run on my live stream today just to demonstrate some mechanics. So you'll see I overdid it on Nightmare. That wasn't on purpose per se, but let's talk about the big change that I made, guys. Okay, so Scratch released a video. I've been struggling with what to do with my Rathalos, right? Because of the way blessings have been in the past, I was so like tunnel visioned. PvE champion, Brimstone every time, right? But because everything has changed with blessings, Heavencast does a lot. Here's what's really cool about Heavencast, guys. The buffs affect Warmaster. Now, maybe I'm crazy, but you guys saw it at chat. Thank you, Gamer Kings, for the happy birthday. Chat saw it too. Rathalos's Warmaster procs were hitting for 80 million or 80k, where everyone else's was 79k. The only thing I can think of that would result in Does ignore defense attack? Okay, I'm gonna nix everything I said because I don't know enough if ignore defense. Because I know decreased defense and weaken increases the damage of Warmaster. But I don't know if the fact that he ignores 10% of enemy defense is why he's doing more. That's probably it. It's probably not Heavencast. It's probably the ignore defense. Increases the damage inflicted by this champion according to the number of buffs on them. See, it just says increases the damage inflicted by this champion. That would be Warmaster, right? All right. This is worth discussing and researching, but I will say this. From what I witnessed, Rathalos's Warmaster did more damage than everyone else's Warmaster procs. So do with that information what you want. I'll say that, okay? Because I don't want to make a bold claim and be completely wrong. But it looked to me as if it might have been because of Heaven cast, but it could also be because he has Ignore Defense. So I don't know for sure. Yell at me in the comments with what you guys think, okay? But let's talk about why Heaven cast. So increases the damage inflicted by this champion according to the number of buffs on them. He has a lot of buffs on him in this comp, which is increasing his damage. And while he doesn't have the accuracy, because I took off his accuracy banner, to land Brimstone. So I would rather just get big hits from him than doing Brimstone. Heaven cast is more than Brimstone, I think. Especially with a champion that you don't want accuracy on, because you don't need it, right? This cannot be resisted. So you don't need accuracy to land this, and nothing else in his kit needs accuracy, right? So I don't want accuracy on him. I want attack. I want damage. So Heaven cast, I believe, is better. And from what, this is from a video that Scratch released, so I recommend watching that video to see what he says about it. But I mean, it made sense what he was saying. And, you know, again, masteries have changed so much that Heaven cast is now really good. And I think it beats out Brimstone, at least in the case of Rathalos, right? On a champion like Ignatius, right? Brimstone might still be the better choice. But because he's going to have high accuracy, you're going to land Brimstone. So Brimstone might be better in the case of a debuffer, is what I'm getting at, right? But in the case of a direct damage dealer, PvE damage dealer like Rathalos, I was seeing a ton more damage coming out of Heavencast. And I was telling my chat, I was like, did I do brutal? Did I do hard? I know it depends on how many buffs, but he self-buffs, guys. Like, right? Like right here. So with what it is right now, let's just take it at what it is, Heavencast, right? 0.5 damage for each buff. And he gives himself 2 buffs before this attack, and that buff is going to stay on before this attack. So that's 2 attacks where he's gaining 1% extra damage. Well, okay, 1%, whatever. Well, if you take that up to these higher ones, right? And then we're talking clan boss. My clan boss team is going to have a ton of buffs on it. I'm going to get 2 additional buffs of ally protect and counterattack. You're just increasing his damage, and I'm sure somebody like Saf can come in and say, like, the way that it's calculated is going to matter, right? But if this calculation is after all the others, that's better, right? So who knows? But I felt a difference. I felt a significant difference, and it opens up new avenues. In order for Brimstone to work, I had to put an accuracy banner on my Rathalos. Well, now I'm able to put an attack banner. So if I used that accuracy banner, I was losing 223 attack. When you consider the crit multipliers and everything, like, I was losing damage. I don't know. I'm sure it's going to be debated heavily in the comments, but I saw great results with Heavencast, and I'm going to keep using that, especially after the video I watched. So check out Scratch videos before you come at me in the comments and let me know. But I liked Heavencast quite a bit. So, because there just isn't any other damage dealer increasing one, because all the stats are equal across every blessing now. Yeah. Rathalos may be the only champion that this makes sense on, right? Who knows? But I saw a big improvement. Big improvement. So, okay. I would also say that I need to change the blessing of Phantom Touch to Faultless Defense for my Ursula. which I'm just going to do right now. Because Phantom Touch, while great, it's not doing as much, right? Faultless Defense on Ursula is going to be huge because she brings increased defense to my team. So definitely making that change on her. It's going to be irrelevant after tomorrow, but that is what I want to have on her because she does bring this increased defense quite often, and that's going to bring more damage. So, okay. Well, that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover. Made a mistake. They happen. We're going to move on. And hopefully I can still squeeze out at least a 3-star soul. Well, at least a 2-star soul, actually. I'm gonna say at least a 2-star soul because we're pretty far behind now. I missed a lot of tournaments and missed a lot over the time that I wasn't playing. I never missed my quests. I hit all my quests. We're good there. But I did miss bigger parts of the content for sure. So, all right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for watching. A couple of things I want to comment on real quick. I know I had somebody in my comments tell me that for whatever reason, their subscription to me, they had to resubscribe. They were subscribed to me and then it disappeared and they resubscribed and they said they recommended that I let you guys know to double check that you're still subscribed to me because you might not be. And subscriptions are the best way to support the account right now. We are getting so close to 1,000 and I really want to make a push. I almost spent a ton of money on the main account to make a shard opening video during the guaranteed event to push for those subscriptions, but thankfully I talked myself out of it. So yeah, please subscribe. It really helps me out. Okay. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for all the support. I'll see you on the next video.